And I'm going to tell you the difference between someone who's broken and someone who is healing.
Please check out that video. I thought it was fire. And Dr. Rob really hits on some important points that I like to expand on it and what he said. But yes, go back to his video and check it out because it's very enlightening. And I found it great value in it. He talks about the differences between broken people and healed people. And as I get older, one thing I do notice in my life, now that I have more mileage behind me than I have ahead of me, is that as the quantity of my relationships go down, the quality improves. Therefore, I have a smaller circle of friends, but the quality of those friendships are just so much more fulfilling. And I think I can relate this to the fact that, in retrospect, maybe I had a lot of broken people around me and I didn't recognize that. And so now that my social media platform has expanded into a lot of controversial areas, it has revealed a lot about people and people in my life. And so quickly, as I recognize, the frailty of these relationships, and then the ones that are powerful and sustainable, I'm going to briefly go through my experience of those points that Dr. Rob had talked about, the differences between broken people and healed people. The first point he made was, and I got notes here, so if you see me looking, that's what I'm doing. Broken people avoid triggers, while healed people lean into them. Because the whole point is to not be triggered by whatever it is that's triggering you. And so this is why a lot of broken people need to be around people, which leads to the second principle. They need to be around people that validate them. In other words, they only want to hang out with people that agree with them, that, validate their existence, that make them feel good, in avoidance to really doing the hard work and doing some serious, self-reflection on their life. Because they're more interested in people making them feel good than the healed person who will go through the trigger, who will do the hard work, and quite possibly lose people in the process. Because it's not an easy thing to do, to align yourself and watch people fall off. But then you have to look at it this way. Those people weren't meant to be in your life to begin with. And so, yeah, I thought that point was very interesting. At least this is my take on it as well. He expands in his way, but I'm taking those same principles and expanding it to what my own wisdom sees to it with each point that he talks about. The broken person begs to be chosen, while the healed person chooses themselves, which also goes again with your own alignment and what you believe is important to you. And so you choose yourself. You trust yourself more as a healed person than trusting others or putting yourself in the hands of other people. You start trusting your own spirit, your own inner guidance, your own intuition more. He says that broken people tend to react more than they tend to respond. He also says that broken people hold grudges. They hold grudges, but they think they're setting boundaries. Where healed people set boundaries, broken people just are hanging on to grudges. And this is why they can't tolerate being around anyone that challenges their perspective. As long as you agree with them, you're okay with them. But otherwise, they break it off where they just can't come out of their own bubble to be able to expand their perspective. Because there's no growth, really, in being around people who think like you and validate you 24/7. There's no growth in that. The growth only comes when your perspective is challenged. He also talks about broken people hiding their pain while healed people let the pain in. Again, challenging, getting challenged on things. Healed people do that. And part of the reason why broken people do that is because they fear abandonment. Whereas healed people seek alignment more than fearing abandonment. When I aligned with my own values and started speaking my truth, people fell off. People fell off. And I knew that was going to happen. That's why I was so hesitant to talk about my politics, my perspective on life, because I knew it was going to cause people to fall off. But to me, I was willing to risk it because my alignment and my true self is more important than hanging on to performance relationships, which is the next step he talked about. Broken people perform for love, while healed people naturally attract it. People are going to be attracted to you no matter what. Healed people attract whatever they're going to attract. Broken people have to perform for their relationships. Broken people also have a hard time trusting, while healed people learn to lean in on their own trust. They start trusting themselves more. And that also takes a level of maturity and self-awareness. And also too, broken people, because they're broken, tend to try to break other people down. Whereas the person who's healed tends to build people up. And that kind of relates to the previous video I did where I talk about celebrating your friends, building them up, even if you don't agree with everything down the line. Who agrees with everything on any one person? There has to be a level of some maturity to be able to at least compartmentalize your life in such a way that, yeah, we're not going to agree on this factor, we're not going to agree on that factor, but we are in agreement in terms of what that person brings to your life. And so in that true respectful relationship, that reciprocal relationship, you should be able to build each other up, be in their corner, stand for them. I'm a person that can't do that. They're not, it's performative, it's conditional. And who wants conditional relationships? Who wants performance relationships? You know, having a lot of friends doesn't mean you have quality friends. It just means you have a lot of people around you that think like you. So nobody's really growing. No one is expanding their perspective. There's no enlightenment because you just need more of the validation than you need the growth. And healed people want to grow. Healed people build people up. They don't tear people down, or at least try to. But yeah, that's my perspective. Go check his video out. I think it's pretty enlightening, revealing, and I think a lot of you, it will resonate. It resonated with me a great deal, especially now in my life where I feel like I'm hitting a point in my life where I'm becoming more aligned with my own value system and willing to take the risk, because there is going to be a sacrifice. When you start aligning yourself, there will be people who fall off. It's just the natural progression of life. Again, as the quantity of your relationships go down in number, the quality goes up, because you realize that from here on out, you really don't want to invest too much time in foolishness. You don't want to spend too much time on performance relationships, transactional relationships that are not benefiting you. You want to be with people who choose you as well as you choose them. And do it in a healthy, productive manner. Even if you don't agree with them way down the line, you at least know how to compartmentalize your life enough that you can still learn from people, especially when they don't agree with you right down the line. So that's my 2 cents, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.